What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next, got a pretty awesome unboxing from Loco for Comics. It's a book that I think, again, has quite a bit of potential moving forward. Happy to pick this one up. It's a big book, so let's see what I got. Alright, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So, this is a book that I've bought a couple times in the past. I've actually sold both the copies that I have, but this one is quite a bit nicer than any of the other copies that I've had before. I had a raw copy, then I had a 6.5. This one is quite a bit nicer. I think that this is another one of those books that is a pretty good book to pick up right now for a few reasons that I'll talk about when I open it. Now, this was from Loco for Comics. There's their information. They're on Instagram at Loco for Comics, and they sell on IG all the time. I see they have claim sales quite a bit, or post books for sale quite a bit. But this was actually from let's see, what was it? Elite Comics 11 was doing something new that they're doing, where they're basically like traveling around and selling books on site with the seller. And so this was like a late night sale that they were doing, and they put he put this book up, and I made an offer on it. I think like $2,300 or something like that, and he countered at maybe like 26 or 27. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I decided to pass at the time. And then a few days later, he reached out to me, and he was like, "I think you were the one that offered 2,300. Would you take, I think, 25?" And I said, I'd been thinking when I was looking at the book, kind of like the max I was gonna be willing to pay or was open to paying was 24, and so I countered at 24. So we came to an agreement at 2,400, and so that is what I picked up this book for, which I thought was a great price. We'll see what it is. Let's see here. Everything, wrapped well, plenty of bubble wrap, all that kind of stuff. All right. Oh, and he said, wow, awesome. He sent an extra book too. So this was in there. Look for Comics. Enjoy this bonus spec book. A cool little print of the Hulk on there. And so the bonus spec book, this is an awesome bonus spec book. So this is Fantastic Four number 20. Which is the first appearance of the Molecule Man, who is a super powerful character that I know some people have been speculating that we might see this character. So that is awesome. I was not expecting that. So thank you very much. And this is the book. I think this is another one. This is one that has just, man, I'd sold the other ones, and it's tough when you get the nicer and nicer copies because they're harder and harder to come by. And so having a high grade copy, we'll have to see what I do with this one, how long I might want to hold on to it, just because it's a nice copy. This is Fantastic Four, number 25, 8.5, and white pages. It's 1964, white pages copy. Just, really, really pretty book. And it's got the cool, I always like these. It's got the grease. So at first you might think that somebody drew on there, but it's grease pencil with the date. It's really tough to make out just because it's on the dark cover, but that's basically kind of how they mark the date on that. But this is the first cover battle of Hulk and the Thing. They did battle in Fantastic Four number 12, which is just a super awesome classic cover as well. But this has this awesome purple cover. First cover battle of them where they're just really just going at it. And then this is also the second Silver Age appearance of Captain America. So that's another big deal with this book. And so with the Fantastic Four eventually coming, the potential that you could see a Hulk Thing battle on screen, I think this is a really good book to own. It does get very expensive, obviously. Like I said, it's $2,400. So and I would probably value it a little more than that right now as well. So pretty expensive book right now in higher grades. It is somewhat affordable in lower grades, a few $100s in lower grades. It's definitely a book that if you want to kind of like speculate on that, and if maybe like Avengers number 4, first Captain America is a little too pricey, go for that second appearance. Second appearances are always great options, but just a really beautiful cover on this one. The purples look really, really sharp, look really nice. You know, obviously it's an 8.5, so it's a really clean book. You know, there's little bits of spine wear, that kind of thing, and let's see, a little bit of wear along that edge. Let's see over here, but in general, really nice looking copy of this book. Like I said, I always like the things like date stamps, that kind of thing, and you know, back looks really nice. I would say it has been pressed. Just the way that I look at the staples, they kind of look like pushed into the book. Now, when they're on the back like this, when the staple isn't directly on the spine, then sometimes you might get that look regardless, just if the books were kind of stacked on top of one another. But I do think that this book was probably pressed. I think there's a very high chance that this book was pressed. But the other thing to always kind of be aware of is that when you have books that have staples like this, where it's on the back like that, that's where you're going to get some really nice condition books. The reason is that even if the person read the book, when they opened it, they didn't have that point on the cover where the staple was applying pressure and tearing or getting, you know, little ticks and that kind of thing. It was on the back, and so it would open up and there would be no pressure where that staple is. So a lot of times when you see really high grade copies, they often have the staples that are, you know, not aligned perfectly, that are on the back like that. And it's not because there was a spine roll or something, it's just how this book was manufactured. And so just something to be aware of, that you will often see that. But again, beautiful copy of this book. So Loco for Comics, there's their information. I was real happy with, you know, working with them. Great deal on the book, and just totally awesome with this. I've never had a copy of Fantastic Four number 20, so definitely cool to get this as a throw-in, you know, with this book. So very happy about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. We've got more videos over here if you'd like to watch some of my other videos, and the subscription button right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.